Alright, so, welcome back to another comic review, and this time around we're going to be reviewing a very interesting book. Something I never thought I'd have in my collection, but I'm kind of glad I did. The Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. This is, once again, one of the comics I got from my good friend Chris. Chris, thank you so much for the comic. So let's dive into the review. So, just going to say right now, this is an all-ages book, so, calm your tits, but there are some problems with it. Basically, this comic is... Yeah, it seems like Warner Brothers really likes having Batman with Scooby-Doo. Like, I've kind of noticed that, like, I get it, because they both solve mysteries and whatnot. But yeah, it always seems like Batman and Scooby-Doo, ever since the new Scooby-Doo movies, like, they love having Batman and Scooby-Doo are always, like, intrinsically tied to each other. And I don't know, like, it's kind of fun. So this story is more like the first half of a 12-issue maxi series where it's a bunch of one-and-done Batman Scooby-Doo stories put together. And yeah, they're all like a bunch of one-and-done stories. And this is an all-ages book, so I can't be too harsh on it. I cannot, for the life of me, be too harsh on an all-ages book. I really can't. Like, I just cannot, for the life of me, be too hard on an all-ages comic. Having said that, there are some problems. But let's get to the positives first. First off, this is fun. This is just straight up, total, 100% absolute fun for this book. This is just nothing but just smiles and, like, look how fun we're having. Like, that's the comic, and I do think we do need more all-ages books out there. And this is if you're looking for something for a kid to read, this is about, I'd say about... see, about $12. This is about $13, under $20. So this is a cheap book. You could literally just buy this for like a kid who wants to read comics. It's like, do you like Scooby-Doo? You like Batman? Here you go. It's Batman and Scooby-Doo together. Although personally, I really did love before this. They had a Scooby-Doo team-up comic where it was like Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. teaming up with like DC Universe characters and Hanna-Barbera characters. I thought that was a lot of fun. I really did like that, and I wish they continued it. It ran for a pretty goddamn long while, too. Like, it ran for, I think, it was going on nearly 100 issues. So I think this is, like, a nice little successor to it. But, yeah. So, like I said, there's a bunch of fun stories. The first one is them involving time travel. It's such a golden age story. There's another where they have to run afoul with the Joker. Another with Two-Face that involves Ace the Bat Hound, and it doesn't make any sense because it's like, why does he care about Ace all of a sudden? Why does Two-Face care about Ace all of a sudden? The other one, and this is the one I really enjoyed, one of the two I really liked, because the first few I'm like, this is alright, these are just nice little all-ages story, but like the first one I really liked was the story where they team up against Black Mask, but it's with Nightwing and Batgirl, which I really liked. But it was like, when they introduced Nightwing, it's like, oh yeah, I used to be Robin, we met in that first adventure. I'm like, so how, were you transitioning from Robin to Nightwing, Dick? Or were you like, or the kids from Mystery Inc. just never age? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, and then you had like one with Batman and the Huntress teaming up with them to fight a fake Bane to save Ra's al Ghul. It's a nice little globe-trotting story that actually is like very reminiscent of like the 70s era of Batman, where he was more like kind of like an espionage kind of thing. It was a lot of fun. And finally, the quote-unquote first team-up between Batman and Scooby-Doo, where Batman was a child wearing a mask and meets the version of Scooby-Doo that was, get this, it's a pup named Scooby-Doo version. Yes, it clashes horribly with the art, but who cares? It's pup named Scooby-Doo. And they actually reference the first few times they crossed over, like the Scooby-Doo Mysteries episodes. So I thought that was really fun. Yeah. The problem is like the art can be very like stiff and jarring. And I know what you're saying, it's an all-ages book, but really, like, there are just some, I think, honestly, the artists just straight up clip art, like, copied and paste, like, the stills, like, normally how you see, like, pictures of Shaggy and the Mystery Inc. gang, where they're all, like, having all these generic poses they're in, because I see that, like, multiple times with them. And here's the most egregious. Let me look, because there's one in here where I'm like, okay, so I want you to look at this panel right here. They're in the generic, like, oh, all cuddled up and, like, you know, scared. It's like, get out of the way, the mummy's coming. And look at, just look at this one. Look at this panel. Does that look like jumping away? No, they're, like, waving as they're moving out of the, like, someone did a clip art and just moved it out of the way. Like, seriously, it's so bad. Like, it was so jarring, and, like, multiple times they'll just have characters standing around in, like, generic regular poses, especially for the Mystery Inc. characters. Batman, not so much, but it's just jarring. And also, like, they do little nods and references, like, the Huntress in here is very much like the costume from the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, and, like, Talia is very much the animation from... and same with Raish, where it's very much in line with the animated series. So it's like kind of like they're picking and choosing however they please. But then again, this is an all-age book, and I feel like the writers just, who the fuck cares? Yeah, I mean, aside from the very, like, copy and paste clipboard art in here, it's not a bad book. It's definitely, like, something I would say, like, not go full price on. But then again, if you do want to, if you're, like, a diehard Batman and Scooby-Doo fan, I would say, yeah, give it a shot. It's definitely not inexpensive. Like I said, it's about $13, so you're paying under $20 for this book. You're not missing much. And I do know that this is the first half, so there's probably like I know Volume 2 will be out soon at some point, so I'd like, for collection's sake, I'd like to get the second half, because the art definitely improves after this one. I guess after enough of the clip art, they're like, just get a different artist, for fuck's sake. Holy shit, this is bad. Anyway, so once again, I'd like to thank Chris for sending me this comic. This was a lot of fun. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed this review. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.